Northeast Georgia residents are cleaning up today after weekend flooding put some counties in a state of emergency. Plus, a Somerville church is providing bottled water to residents. Our Karen Aguilar is live from the scene where the city is under a boil water advisory. And we're continuing to follow the conditions in Chattooga County as the residents prepare for more rain. Today is a storm alert weather day. Local 3 News at noon starts now.
This is Local 3 News at noon.
Happy Labor Day and thank you for watching Local 3 News at noon. It is Monday, September the 5th. I'm Latrice Curry. We have team coverage of the extreme flooding that's damaging roads, homes, and businesses in Chattooga and Floyd counties. Karen Aguilar will tell us how people there are dealing with unsafe drinking water conditions, plus how one church is stepping up to help the community. We'll get to her in just a moment, but first let's get to meteorologist Allison Pryor here in the studio to tell us the latest about the conditions. Allison.
Latrice, they're certainly improving in Chattooga County, but that was not the case just 24 hours ago. This is a look at the local storm reports, and they're just beginning to get populated out by the National Weather Service. A lot of these came in from the 911 call center in Chattooga County, so it's just getting added to our system now in the past 36 hours, and I have it zoomed in. You can see Chattooga County, so Tryon, Somerville, Lyerly right here. Each one of those house icons, a different report of flooding, from mudslides to cars being stranded to people being stuck in their homes because of that flood water. So it was a very active day yesterday. In fact, as we look at the total rainfall from the last 2 days, you can see why that concern was in place. About a foot of rain fell for most of Chattooga County. In fact, our sky watcher Ben, who lives in Somerville, he called in 17 inches of rain yesterday. So just astronomical numbers. There was also heavy rainfall yesterday up to the northwest as well. Now the problem is today we are seeing additional scattered showers and storms. The good news is so far this morning, we haven't had the same heavy downpours and stationary activity like we did yesterday. So when we look at the estimated rainfall just from the last 12 hours, a little bit of a better picture, especially for folks in Chattooga County. They are getting some relief, but we don't want you to let your guard down just yet because more rain is still on the way. Some of the highest totals from today, southern portions of Bradley County, certainly seen that right along the ridge lines in northern Hamilton County, up into Ray County as well, about 1.5 to 2 inches. So what does it look like outside right now? Here's the current radar, and you can see a lot of the area, you don't have that active rain. You probably maybe have a little bit of drizzle though, and those low level clouds that might be a little bit foggy and misty for the higher elevations. Let's zoom in up to the north first and check out Tennessee and North Carolina. So we do have a couple of pockets of some heavy downpours. Seeing this one progressing from Hamilton County into Bradley County, another downpour there in Bledsoe County, and see some activity in Monroe County and over around the Murphy area as well. General movement is from southwest to northeast. Now as we take it down to the south, certainly seeing some of that relief in northwest Georgia. That's some good news. Heavier downpours though in Jackson County just to the north of Scottsboro. So certainly not looking as bad as yesterday, but we still have a flood watch in place for all of our communities until this evening at 8 p.m. We'll take a look at Futurecast in about 15 more minutes. Latrice?
Thank you, Allison. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp has declared a state of emergency for Chattooga and Floyd counties. Somerville Mayor Harry Harvey says residents could be out of tap water for 3 to 4 days and perhaps even longer. Residents who don't have drinkable water in their homes can stop by City Hall to get free drinking water. We'll keep you updated on more resources headed to the area. In Tryon, Georgia, several communities near Park Avenue and Saddle Club Road faced evacuations yesterday morning because of flooding. Fire Chief Justin Lowe with the Tryon Fire Department wants everyone to stay safe. He says in conditions like this, avoid trying to travel through flooded areas.
I would recommend for them to stay at home if they're at a safe location. If they're not at a safe location, they can safely get to a location to go ahead. If they can't, call 911 and we will come assist them get to a safe location and just stay off the roadways until everything clears up.
He says due to the significant amount of rain, they had to activate the Tri-State Mutual Aid for extra help yesterday, assisting residents in flooded homes. In other news, the city of Chattanooga is continuing its efforts to reduce homelessness. The city council has approved $60,000 to rehouse up to 100 homeless people on 11th Street. The city is partnering with the Chattanooga Housing Authority to provide free housing to each resident for a year and a fresh start at life with resources to help them find stability and a job. Homelessness and supportive housing director Sam Wolf says almost all people who go through the program have stayed off the streets, and all they really needed was a second chance.
While they're out on the streets, it's hard for them to find employment. It's hard for them to have the stability they need to build on their circumstances and give them that stability to progress in their economic mobility in our community. And housing really is the key to that.
He says 11th Street has had the largest concentration of people experiencing homelessness in the city. Those wanting help will be connected to case managers who can help them reach their goals. About 1,500 people have been helped since the program began. Well, today you can get some great barbecue and help out a good cause. The Union Gospel Mission is hosting a Labor Day fundraiser right now as we speak. This supports their programs for homeless men in our community. There is no set price. You are just asked to give a donation.
We ask folks to give. You know, everybody always asks, well, what's average? What would you like to get? I really don't care. Normally, it averages out to about $10 to $15 a plate, which is about what you pay for barbecue out in a restaurant somewhere. And so it averages out about the same.
The Labor Day barbecue fundraiser takes place today until 2 o'clock or until the food runs out in the parking lot of Maple Street Biscuit Company on Gun Barrel Road. Coming up on Local 3 News at noon.
If you've ever recorded a TV show or a ball game only to have someone spoil the ending for you, you know how frustrating that can be. I'm Jamie Tucker. Coming up, how to block spoilers online and social media.
What the Tech is sponsored by Tennessee Wesleyan University Fort Sanders Nursing Department. Complete your bachelor's or master's in person or online. Learn more at tnwesleyan.edu/nursing.
Well, it was a full weekend of college football on television. Some folks like to record the games and watch later. So how do you avoid spoilers? Jamie Tucker looks for answers.
Have you ever recorded a ball game to watch later and then, boom, out of the blue, you see the final score somewhere? Is there a good way to block spoilers from social media and the internet? Well, yes and no. You can block spoilers while browsing the internet using the Google or Firefox browser. Search for the browser extension Spoiler Protection to block certain keywords. For example, if you don't want to accidentally see the score from the Oregon-Georgia football game, block the keyword Oregon. When you're browsing the internet, anything with Oregon will be blocked out, like this score prediction I posted to Facebook. Once I turn on spoiler protection, that score is covered in red. Bad news is that the extension only works using the desktop browser. It won't prevent the keyword from appearing on your phone. Twitter allows users to mute keywords in the feed and prevent notifications. Go to your Twitter settings, choose privacy, safety, mute, and block. Add keywords to be muted. You can turn it off forever, for a week, or just 24 hours, and you won't get any notifications or see tweets with the muted keyword. Now, Facebook introduced a spoiler blocker several years ago, but killed it. Unfortunately, there's nothing in the Facebook app to block anyone from posting scores and updates. If you need to avoid the score from a game or avoid spoilers from a TV show, turn off notifications from any app that might send a pop-up, like the ESPN app, Apple News, and Google News.
And there are no spoiler blocking apps on either app store. If you want to avoid seeing the final score and any spoilers, turn off notifications, don't look at your phone, and maybe put your fingers in your ears. That's What the Tech. I'm Jamie Tucker.
Well, the spoiler blocking extension also works for certain TV shows as well. Ahead on Local 3 News at noon, Paul Shaheen introduces us to a local nonprofit group that helps families that are looking to adopt.
We want you to be a part of the Local 3 team. Come grow your career as a marketing specialist, helping local businesses and our local community thrive. To apply, email your resume to Greg Acuff at gacuff@local3news.com.
Well, we continue our coverage of flooding in Northwest Georgia. Our Karen Aguilar is in Summerville, Georgia, where a local church is providing water to the community. Karen, we understand residents there are under a boil water advisory right now.
That's right, Latrice. I'm here at North Summerville Baptist Church, and you can see loads of volunteers are handing out much needed water to families that have been devastated by this flooding. The church here tells me that they'll be giving out clothes to those whose homes have been submerged in water. And, you know, those families have been searching for a place to stay. I've been told by the pastor of North Summerville Baptist Church that they've had about 3 tractors full of water that's been supplied to them by Walmart. All of this devastating for the community. And I'm here with the county commissioner who's going to be telling me how exactly this has affected Summerville and Northwest Georgia.
We've had widespread impacts of damage and home damage, downtown businesses that were damaged. We've had road damage. Fortunately, we've had a great response from the governor's office. He issued a state of emergency and got all the state and federal officials down here. We have GEMA down here. We have Georgia DOT, DNR, Georgia State Patrol. We have our local county affiliates that are coming down and helping us. Right now I've got all of our public works crews out, and we actually have a public works crew coming down from Walker County. We have Bartow County has issued assistance in helping us get rid of a lot of the material from all the damage. So we just got a lot of people pitching in and helping us all out at one time. So.
Can you talk to me about that damage specifically? What have you seen?
Right now we've got a lot of damage downtown. We had a lot of county buildings that were damaged. We had a lot of businesses that were damaged, and right now they're going through the cleanup process, trying to assess the damage and figure out what all they have. And we'll be assessing damage for the remainder of this week.
All right, thank you very much. We're told that this church and volunteers, the volunteers at this church are going to be here as long as they can to help out those who are in need of water, clothes. I'm also told that at Central Avenue Baptist Church, they'll be giving out food for lunch and supper, along with clothes and even a place to shower. We've also been advised by the National Weather Service. We know from the National Weather Service that there is a flood warning and watch in effect in this county until this evening. Coming up, you'll see the aftermath of the flooding, and we're working on talking to people who have been affected by it. Reporting live in Somerville, Karen Aguilar, Local 3 News.
All right, thank you so much.